$21 million is heading to Rye and Rye Brook to fix a flooding problem that has been destroying homes for years. The money is real. The engineering plans are underway. But the question nobody is asking, is it enough? This is the Westchester Brief. I'm Jim. Let's get into it. Governor Hochul announced $21 million in funding from the Clean Water, Clean Air, and Green Jobs Environmental Bond Act for flood mitigation projects in Westchester County. The money targets the Blind Brook Corridor and Rye Brook, an area that has been devastated repeatedly by severe storms, most notably Hurricane Ida in 2021. Here's what the money will pay for. Westchester County will redesign and replace two county-owned bridges that cross Blind Brook, the Playland Parkway Bridge and the Oakland Avenue Bridge in Rye. Both will be rebuilt with significantly larger spans to handle current and future water flows driven by climate change. The bridges as they exist today act as bottlenecks during heavy rain. Water backs up behind them, floods upstream, and damages homes and businesses. In Rye Brook, the state will uncover a buried section of East Blind Brook, restoring the stream to its natural shape and expanding the floodplain using native plants and erosion control measures. Burying streams was standard practice decades ago, but buried waterways cannot absorb surge. When heavy rain comes, the water has nowhere to go except into basements and streets. This is the kind of infrastructure investment that sounds technical but has a direct dollar impact on residents. Flood insurance premiums in these areas have climbed significantly since Ida. Property values have taken hits. Some homeowners have spent tens of thousands of dollars on personal flood mitigation, sump pumps, French drains, elevation certificates, because they could not wait for the government to act. The $21 million comes from the $4.2 billion Environmental Bond Act that New York voters approved in 2022. It is specifically designated for restoration and flood risk reduction. That means it does not come out of the county's operating budget and does not add to the local tax burden. But it is worth putting that number in perspective. The county's own 2026 capital budget includes $9 million in additional flood mitigation funding. $4 million of that is earmarked for improvements to the Lake Isle Dam in Eastchester, another chronic flood risk area. Combined, that is $30 million committed to flood infrastructure across the county. Is that enough? The county's climate vulnerability assessment, which is still in development, is expected to identify dozens of additional flood risk zones. Sea level rise along Long Island Sound, increasingly intense storms, and aging stormwater systems mean the problem is growing faster than the funding. $30 million is a meaningful start. It is not a solution. The Blind Brook project timeline has not been finalized, but design work is underway. Construction on the bridge replacements and stream restoration will likely extend into 2027 and 2028. Residents in affected areas should not expect relief this storm season. The next development to watch is the release of the county's full climate vulnerability assessment and adaptation plan. That document will map the scope of the problem across every municipality and set the framework for future funding requests. Here is what else is happening across Westchester this week. Station Plaza in Ossining broke ground on a new affordable housing development that will bring 108 apartments to the village. The project includes geothermal heating and cooling, Energy Star appliances, a rooftop solar array, and insulation that exceeds building code requirements. It is one of the most energy-efficient affordable housing projects in the county. Consolidated Edison's 3-year rate increase took effect in January. Westchester Electric customers will see a 3.6% increase this year, about $5.32 per month for a typical household. Gas customers face a 4.4% increase, roughly $10.67 more per month. The rates increase again in years 2 and 3. And the Westchester County Department of Health continues to urge caution following the confirmed rabies case in Eastchester. The coyote that attacked 3 people and 6 dogs near Twin Lakes Park on March 9th tested positive. Residents should keep pets leashed, avoid leaving food outdoors, and report any animal bites to the health department at 914-813-5000. That is your Thursday. Subscribe on YouTube for the video version of every episode with full timestamps and chapters. I'm Jim, and I live here. I'll see you tomorrow.